All right, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is I Don't Want No Huns. If you are new here, welcome. Please make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and the bell so you get all the notifications. And if you are returning, thank you so much. You know how much that your being here means to me. Today, let's dive back into a little bit of controversy. It's been a while since I have covered the Witch of Monat. And I wasn't really going to. Obviously, I don't say her name, and I will never show her face because I'm not going to give her any extra screen time. Her voice, sure, but she's not going to get her face shown, so she can't really accuse me of anything. But she made it onto another YouTube channel the other day, and so I'm going to tag him in this and thank him for providing this because I don't think I can find it. It might have been in her stories that Frangela put this, so he got it from the story. Somebody obviously sent it to him. So everything that he is going to comment on, obviously his name is JR. Hold on, let me see. The YouTube channel is Watchlist TYT. I'm brand new to finding it, and I actually found that through the MLM Boss Babe on Instagram. So we're just going to watch this. Then we'll watch a little bit more of the stuff that she does have because she goes on a fun little rant about what freedom means to her. And then we'll revisit there's just going to be a lot to just like unpack here. The reason that I'm doing this, I know that this is not necessarily focusing on the business structure of MLMs. However, I do like to point out this type of behavior because this type of behavior as represented with a company in multi-level marketing goes wildly unchecked. Wildly unchecked. Nobody is saying to her like, hey, if you're going to be representing us as a company, you can't do this, this, and this because you're making us look bad. No, they don't care. So let's go ahead and watch her little rant here, and then we'll go and talk about, and I'll link the actual video so you can hear JR's commentary on it in a moment, like in your own time, because I don't want to put his stuff on. You get it. Anyhow, let's go ahead and watch.
There is no way an employer is going to pay you enough money to even survive moving forward.
I mean, what a crazy statement right out the gate. There is no way an employer is going to pay you enough money to survive moving forward. Ma'am, the MLM success rate is less than 1%. What are you talking about? According to John Taylor's study that you can find in the FTC, and they're like, oh, but that's in the comments. Just stop. Save yourself the energy and the exhaustion of trying to discredit actual scientific studies. Because he studied 500 MLM companies. And it doesn't even matter that this was done 10 years ago because those numbers haven't changed because ARP also did a study. Anyhow, the 99.7% of people will make no money or lose money. So you only have a 0.03% chance of making any kind of living at this. And your own company's income disclosure statement says that 92% of some sort are going to lose money or make $0. So no, to make the statement that any employer is going to pay you a living wage moving forward is like, that's just not how employment works. You are pitching an idea, a business model that pays $0 an hour. Like, what are you talking about, Frangela?
Mark my words. Mark my words. The only two options moving forward, number one, is huge corporation where you make $15 an hour. You scrape by. You sit at home crying. How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to feed my kids? Socialism. That's option number.
What? What are you talking about? The only option moving forward is socialism, which again, the alt-right likes to use the word socialism as like a scare tactic. The idea of what socialism is in other countries is what it's going to be here. I mean, I can't even get into it because again, I'm not a political channel. So I don't want, and there's a lot of things that I can't argue accurately because I don't have all of the information. I'm not going to sit here and pretend, but I do know that like that's absurd. Also to imply that there are no other jobs that pay more than $15 an hour. If you are a nurse working for one of those nurse agencies, you can make $96 an hour. What are you talking about? Like, are you... Okay.
Number one, communism. That's what they want. The guys at the top...
I'm not even sure if she knows that socialism and communism are two different things. Do you think she has any idea that they're not the same?
The 11 new billionaires that were made during this planned
Let's also not forget that during the plandemic, let's just remember that we can call it the pandemic because that's what it was. And to insinuate that somebody would plan to, kill millions of people is very movie-like. Let's not forget that Monet saw a surge in their business. So if you want to talk about how there were 11 new billionaires in the year of the pandemic, why don't you also talk about how your business profited massively, and now they're seeing a major decline. Monet is hemorrhaging market partners. Their sales are going down at a drastic rate. How do I know that? I can't say. Do I know that? Maybe.
Those 11 new billionaires, they want you to sit at home. They want you to sit at home in a communist situation where you are dependent on them for everything that you need. That's option number one. I hope you're listening. Option number two is you get smart and you start this business and you get to work and you build a foundation where while you sleep, you make money. I don't know about you, but I'm getting ready to earn a fully paid for car.
No, Frangela. No, you're not. Now you're just flat out lying. You are not getting ready to earn a fully paid for car. That car is not fully paid for. That is an outright lie. Your car, if you get to that rank, will be paid for by you. You will make the down payment. You will sign the paperwork for the lease, for the rent, for the loan, whatever, the rent, the lease, for the loan. And you will get a bonus to pay for that car every month if you maintain your rank. And if you don't maintain your rank, you will not get that bonus. That's not fully paid for, ma'am. So you are outright lying.
That I don't have to pay for. Is your employer going to give you a fully paid for car?
Some companies, yeah. It's called a company car. They pay for the gas. They pay for the upkeep. And then we know if you no longer work for the company, you give it back. So yes, some companies do have an actual company car that they'll give their employees depending on the company and what's going on. So yes, it's a weird angle that you're going for, Frangela.
That you don't have to pay for? You think Amazon's gonna? You think Uber? If you order Uber, you are contributing to communism. I'm so passionate about.
How? Please explain to me. Hold on. Let's take a moment. Define communism. Just, a political theory derived from Karl Marx, advocating class war and leading to a society in which all property is publicly owned and each person works and is paid according to their abilities and needs. Okay, and let me be clear. I am not advocating for communism. But ordering an Uber is not communism. Not in the least. Let's also read the full definition of socialism, if I can spell. A political and economic theory of social organization which advocates that the means of production, distribution, and exchange should be owned or regulated by the community as a whole. Policy or practice based on a political and economic theory of socialism, blah, blah. Okay. A traditional social state between the overthrow of capitalism and the realization of communism. So there's parts of socialism, I guess, that have, roots in communism, whatever. But at the end of the day, let's see, Medicare is a social program. Unemployment, when you pay taxes that go towards the roads. There's a lot of socialist programs. Public education. I don't think you understand what you're talking about, ma'am. But to just be perfectly clear, ordering an Uber and getting in that car and then tipping that person for driving you somewhere, that's just not communism. That's not.
About this because I want you to have extreme wealth. I want you to feel the way I feel, which is I don't have to check.
Completely wildly insane. Listen, you can't, even if you would claim that you want people to have extreme wealth, they won't. Not under multi-level marketing. In fact, Frangela, you don't have extreme wealth. I don't know where else your other money comes from, but there are sources, and I'm not going to make the claim here, I'm not going to put it in any kind of word, that you did not make more than me last year. So what are you talking about?
At my bank account, I can go inside Whole Foods and drop $1,000. I can literally go.
I really don't believe you. Not in the least. And first of all, you live alone. Why are you spending $1,000 on food? What? You can't eat $1,000 worth of food before it goes bad, unless you buy all frozen food. But based on what I believe you made last year, no, I don't think that you can drop $1,000 on food unless you are like, I don't know, part of a trust fund.
I just bought my dog a dog toy.
Oh my God, me too. I buy my dog toys all the time, and I don't need to be part of an MLM.
I think it was $20. I can literally spend any amount of money that I want, and I don't have to think about it. And I want you to have that too. I did not know that MLM was an option.
It still shouldn't be an option. Okay, let's just be perfectly clear that MLM should not be an option for anybody ever. So then let's look at some of her stories just for fun, because I love when she puts these things. Being wealthy is hard, isn't it? Oh, it's so hard. Being poor is hard. Working a lot is hard. Being lazy is hard. Choosing to have kids is hard. Choosing not to have kids is hard. Having a trust fund is hard. Is it? Is having a trust fund hard? Busting your ass is hard. Being a partner is hard. Being a single is hard. Traveling a lot is hard. Staying home is hard. Having parents who push you is hard. Having parents who don't care is hard. It's all hard. Choose your heart. Ma'am, some of these things are not hard. Some of these things are not hard. And to make any, you know what? Being poor is hard, so I'm just going to choose to be wealthy instead. That is the most ridiculous. All of this thing. I hate this. Investing 25% of your income is hard. Working until you're 60 is hard. Working on a side hustle when you get home from your 9 to 5 is hard. Living on one stream of income is hard. Choose your heart. Oh, shut up. Are you this is so ableist. People can just choose. Oh, look, somebody joined the $1 Million Club. That does not mean that this person is a millionaire. This person sold $1 million worth of product. 76 millionaires in Monet in 7 years, and out of 500,000? That's a terrible statistic, Frangela. This is all of the oil that she has. These are each 80, these big ones are $84 a pop. Tell me how you're not the customer. Tell me how you're not the customer. So now, let's take a look at how she rants about being free. Oh, she's free to be me. Free to be me. Sorry, I have zero patience with her.
But I talked to a couple different people today who told me they found me because of an Instagram live rant I did back during, I think, last summer or something. I'm not really sure.
No, I mean, it was a couple weeks ago where you said that the pandemic was worse than the Holocaust. That is what you said.
Last spring. But I haven't been ranting. I haven't been going live. I really haven't been sharing my opinion, my personal and private opinion that has nothing to do with my family or my friends or any company or any group of people. Imagine that. Imagine that you have opinions that are...
It actually does have to do with a group of people when you insinuate that wearing a mask is more oppressive than the millions of Jews who were massacred. It does have to do with other people. And what you are showing us here is that you don't understand that your words have consequences. Absolutely, you're free to have those opinions, but when your opinions are horribly offensive and just outright wrong, then you are subject to consequence. And when you put it on the internet, you are subject to criticism and debate. You don't get to just say whatever you want. And that's the beautiful part of being an American, is you can say whatever you want, but it doesn't mean that you are free from consequence, ma'am.
Only yours, and that we're not influenced by anyone else. Imagine that you have opinions that you're not trying to influence other people. Okay, so this is my...
So if you have an opinion and you're not trying to influence other people, why are you putting it out on the internet? I put this out on the internet to influence, to provide an interpretation, a perspective that hopefully will influence people to see my side. Because I do think that my side is the compassionate and empathetic and correct side, and I will listen to other opinions. But I don't just put this out on the internet to hear myself talk. I put this out on the internet so that I can maybe help people, that I can influence people or help people see what is going on in the world with things like this. So why are you putting your opinion on the internet if you don't want to influence people, Frangela?
Opinion, and I'm not trying to influence other people. I'm just telling you my fucking opinion. Jesus Christ, it's like, disclaimer.
Why are you so mad? If that's your opinion and it's not meant to insult any or like influence anyone, and people have their own opinions about your opinions, why are you so mad?
Disclaimer, 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 disclaimer. It's like I have to put all these fucking disclaimers up.
She's so angry. I really should have put a trigger warning up that she's going to swear a lot. There's a lot of swearing. I'm sorry.
You don't think I'm talking about the opinions of my company, or of a company that I work with, or of my teammates, or of my mother. Like, it's fucking ridiculous, the state of this world. So, this is what I want to tell you. What freedom means to me is that I am me. Freedom means that I am me, and I get to be me. And I get to say what I want. Freedom to me means I get to work where I want. Freedom to me means I get to choose what I put in my body, whether it's water or an experimental drug.
I mean, you're not wrong, but again, that doesn't mean that you're free from the consequences of not doing things in the overall interest of the general public health. Okay? Okay.
Okay? Freedom to me means I get to put whatever jewelry and makeup on my face that I want to put on. Freedom to me means my life is none of your fucking business.
Then don't put it on the internet. Don't put it on see, this is what I don't understand. If you're so upset by people having an opinion on your life and how you think and what you do, then don't put it on the internet. I am fully aware that when I put my stuff on the internet, people are going to have an opinion. People are going to potentially judge me on how I look. People are going to be rude. And again, if people make comments, I can choose how I respond to those comments. But if I put it on the internet, I am opening myself up to criticism, to other people's opinions.
Unless I invite you to participate in my life, and then I'm not asking your opinion. But freedom, here's freedom. Freedom means you can have an opinion about my life, and that's fine. I don't care if you have an opinion about my life.
You sure do seem to care, like a lot.
I don't care if you have an opinion about my opinions. I don't care if you have my opinions about my opinions on opinions. I don't care, because that is freedom. Freedom means I am free. You are free. It's beautiful. It's amazing. So we live in this world right now where our freedoms are very slowly being taken away from us. And that's what this whole cancel culture is about. It's like, you can't have the freedom to say what you think, or I'm going to try to get you canceled. You can't have the freedom to wear a Glock earring, or I'm going to try to cancel you. You can't have the freedom to believe what you want to believe about God as a witch, or I'm going to try to cancel you. Like, I want you to understand, I'm going to lose service here in just a minute. I'm driving through the middle of nowhere in one.
It's just very interesting because okay. So since she likes to rant about how she's free to do whatever she wants and say whatever she wants, let's just revisit this moment here.
Yesterday I was in the grocery store and I walk around, obviously.
I'm going to file this under stories of things that did not happen.
Everyone here, there's a mandate and everyone here is like triple, And I saw this woman, and she had her little girl with her, and her little girl, I shit you not, was walking around like this. And so I'm like, I'm about to go over there. It takes a village, bitch. You're about to get raised.
Remember how she just walked up? She claims that she just walked up to a person and said what she wanted, like told her to take off her mask.
And then for you to say, please, to say to a slur of curse words, albeit she's mad, but like angry, I'd laugh. But I'm literally
well. So you get the idea. The point is, and you can always go back. I'll link the video here. She goes up to.
I want you to understand
yikes.
that these people that try to.
She claims that she went up to a young child and told that child to not wear the mask. Listen, lady, that child is free to wear a mask if she wants to. She was free to wear a mask before the pandemic even happened. So you don't get to just pick and choose when the narrative suits you.
These people that try to, like these social justice warriors that think they're like saving the fucking planet, all they are pawns in the communism and socialism game. So all these people who are trying to tell you how you can speak, tell you how you can live.
Says the woman who told a child to take off her mask. Okay.
Whether you can have your nipples out or not, tell you.
Can we just not bring the Free the Nipple campaign into this? Like, like, come on. Can you just like stay in one lane? You were just all over the place.
Can say, tell you how you can live. All these people that spend their time on the internet trying to cancel everybody else.
You literally said that you want to be canceled. Go back and watch that video I made the other day, or a couple weeks ago. She said she wanted to be canceled. Try to be canceled, because that means you're upsetting people.
They are pawns in the communism and socialism game. Okay?
It's just
so when I state my opinion about anything that I want to state my opinion about, I want you to know that there are people who actively peruse the internet all day long to try to work towards socialism and communism so that everything we say is censored.
Oh my gosh, she's just the conspiracy theory, everything that goes into this of what she believes that anyone does, like that I just like sit all day and just like scroll looking for it. First of all, you put it on the internet, and I think you don't understand how algorithms work, because it'll just show us stuff. Just shows us stuff. Also, people in the anti-MLM community, people like the video I showed earlier, JR, that guy, I mean, I am certain people probably just send him things that come across their page. So the people who are commenting on it, we're not just sitting all day scrolling looking for controversial stuff to talk about. It is thrown into our laps because it's so easily accessible.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to censor myself. I'm not going to make myself more copacetic for you. I'm not going to put a bra on to make you happy.
That's fine.
I'm not going to take my earring off to make you happy. I'm not going to stop saying that I'm a conservative witch to make you happy. I'm not going to do...
It's hysterical. Conservative witch. I mean, I don't think I've ever met a witch that is conservative. So, like, the things that you believe are just literally all over the place. Like, be a witch, don't be a witch. I don't care. I'm friends with witches. Be conservative, don't be conservative. I partially care because the things that conservatives believe are, oppressive to people that I love. But, again, you just don't seem to have this idea or this understanding that your words and actions have consequences. Doesn't mean you're not free to have those thoughts and say them.
Anything to make you happy, because I'm free. And when I say freedom is a choice, okay, what I mean is, even if I'm enslaved, even if I'm being burned at the stake, I can still choose to be free. So,
well, if you're being burned at this, if you're enslaved, you're not free because you're enslaved. So what a huge, there's a lot to unpack there. What a statement that you just made. Oh, the more, like, now my brain is turning of what you just said implies. The people who are enslaved can choose to be free. No, they can't. They literally can't. And I'll let, viewers, you can leave your comment on what you think about that. If you're being burned at the stake, no, you're not being free. You're being murdered. You're being murdered. Okay, so no.
I choose to be free. I do. That's my personal, God-given right, is to choose to be free no matter what another tries to do to me. Ooh, that's a book title. That is a book title. Anyway, I'm going to lose service. I'm going to go. But I wonder what freedom means to you. If you can go to the replay of this and just drop a line, I would love to see that and hear that. And I love you, and I hope you're having the best day of your whole life.
Hey, Frangela,
Even if you don't like me, I still wish you're having the best day of your life. I still love you. Even if you don't like me, I still love you because I'm free and I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. Include love you even when you don't love yourself. You're welcome.
Hey, Frangela, you know what being free means to me? It means that I am free to listen to you spew ridiculous rhetoric and then respond to it and offer my perspective and my opinions on it. Just like you were free to put it on the internet, we are free to criticize your opinions. Nobody, if people have said things about her not wearing a bra, I don't care. Wear a bra, don't wear a bra. There's so many things that you can choose to do that I don't care about. I might not choose to do a lot of things, but again, that's not what this is. What she's not understanding is that when she goes on the internet, on her page, where she frequently sells a product for a company and says really controversial things, it doesn't matter if you're saying that this is my opinion, it has nothing to do with the company. Well, doesn't matter. If you present yourself as a part of that company, then yes, you are representing yourself as a representative of that company and that those opinions might be in line with that company. If you want to have a page that is completely separate from Monet and where you spew your conservative, witch, anti-socialism, anti-communism rhetoric, I mean, again, I want to be clear. I'm not supporting communism or socialism as people like to scare you into thinking socialism is, okay? I'm not here to get into that. All I'm saying is Frangela, you don't seem to understand that actions have consequences, and you just think, let me ask you a question, Frangela. If you murder someone, are you free to just murder someone? No, that has a consequence. So if your words create pain and suffering for people, you can still have a consequence. I don't understand why you don't get that and how that should be separate from your company. And so what we're seeing here again is that Monet is not keeping you in check, is not choosing to sever their ties with you. They're choosing to just let you do whatever you want, and you're starting to get more recognition and you think it's great. I don't know why anybody would want this kind of recognition on them. And again, you can say that I'm a hater, that I hate her. I don't hate her. I highly disagree with a lot of things she says, but I'm not spending my time losing sleep over her or plotting anything. I don't care about her, whatever. But what I use this for is to educate that your words have consequences, and multi-level marketing companies, they do not have you regulated or checked. So remember, when we see things like that through kindness, education, empathy, and patience, we will create a lasting movement. So please always just keep calm and don't join another line. Have a great day and see you next time.